Ayodhya chapter number 74, Bharatha gives an example of the level of affection a mother has for her children. Verse 15. Anyada kila dharmagnya surabhe sura sammata vahamano dadarsha urvyam putro vigata chetaso. Once in the far past, Surabhi, the cow of plenty, or Kamadhenu, who saw with clear vision into the mysteries of Dharma, turned its eyes to the earth and observed a farmer ploughing a large field with 2 oxen yoked to the pole. Verse 16. Tav ardha divase shranto drishtva putro mahitale ruroda putra shokena bashpa paryakula ikshana. Poor beasts, they had labored from morning to the hour when the sun reaches the highest point in his course, and naturally they dropped with fatigue and exhaustion. The tie of blood brought tears to the eyes of Surabhi, and she wept aloud at the sight of the misery that befell the beasts that came of her line. Verse 17. Adastat vrajata tasya surarajnyo mahatmanaha bindivah patita gatre sukshma surabhi gandhinaha. The Lord of Celestials, Indra, chanced to pass that way on some business of his, and the teardrops fell upon him with divine fragrance. Verse 18. Indropiyasya shrunipatam tam svagatre punyagandhinam surabhim manyate drishtva bhuyasim tam sureshvaraha. Seeing those fragrant tears falling on his limbs, Indra, the lord of the celestials, identified the tears to be those of the great Kamadhenu. Verse 19. Nirikshamana shakrastam dadarsha surabhim stitam akashe vishtitam dinam rudatim brishadukkitam. Shakra, or Indra, looked into the sky and saw Surabhi standing there with anguish, weeping pitiably in the bitterness of her grief. Verse 20. Tam drishtva soka santaptam vajrapaner yashasvinim Indra pranjalir utvigna surarajo abravit vacha. Indra, the famous lord of celestials and the wielder of the thunderbolt, seeing the grief-stricken Kamadhenu, spoke eagerly with joined palms to her. Verse 21. Bhayam kachinna cha asmaso kutaschit vidyate mahat kuta nimitta shokate bruhi sarvahiteshini. O mother, why grieve so? Had you any insult or injustice at the hand of me or mine, ever intent upon the welfare of all creation? From where comes this woe upon you? I see no reason why fear from anyone should disturb your rest. Verse 22. Evam uktatu surabhir surarajena dhimata pratyuvacha tata dhira vakyam vakya visharada. Hearing the words of the intelligent Indra, the lord of the celestials, the prudent Surabhi, who is skilled in expressing words, replied as follows. Verses 23 and 24. Shantam papam nava kinchit kutaschit amaradipa aham tu magno shochami svaputro vishame stito etau drishtva krusho dino surya rashmi pratapito Ardhyamano Bali Vardau Karshakena Suradipa. Heaven forbid that evil, O Lord of the immortals. There is no danger whatsoever to you from any quarter. Behold these pair of oxen born of my race, yoked by yon farmer to the plough, and made to work from dewy morn to noonday sun. They have fainted away from fatigue, lean, emaciated, too weak to get up. Yet the heartless hind tears at the root of my heart when he goads them on to fresh work. My frame quivers with agony, seeing my sons, the pair of bullocks, in hardship. I am immersed in grief and am pitiably weeping, O Indra. Verse 25. Mama kayar prasutau hi dukhitau bhar piditau yo drishtva paritapyeham nasti putra samapriya. By seeing them who are afflicted with burden and grief, I am greatly anguished. They are indeed born of my own body. A son is indeed the dearest object a mother could ever have. Verse 26. Yasyah putra sahasraistu kritsnam vyapta midam jagat tam drishtva rudatim shakro na sutan manyate param. Seeing such a sacred cow weeping, who has hundreds of sons in this entire world, Shakra or Indra reckoned that there is no one greater than a son to his own mother. Over the past couple of verses, we saw Bharatha reciting the story of how Surabhi was in tears when she saw two of her sons in pain and torment. In the next verse, Bharatha will say that if Surabhi, who had hundreds of sons, felt like this when two sons of hers were in so much grief, imagine how Kaushalya would feel when she knows that her only son Rama is in grief. We should also look at the standpoint of multiple Ayodhya Vasis who lamented when Rama, Sita and Lakshmana went off to the forest. At that time, Valmiki says that the women found no joy when they saw their own sons. The women found no joy to speak to their own husbands and vice versa. Why? Because the most important bond that anyone should have is with Rama. This is something that the very superior devotees such as the Ayodhya Vasis knew, and they applied it, and that grief poured out because they loved Rama more than their own children. And over here Bharata is saying that Bharata is going to say that of all the people in the world, a mother loves her son the most. The way we can reconcile these two sentiments is that the women of Ayodhya saw Rama as their own son. The other wives of King Dasaratha saw Rama as their own son. And Rama too loved every single one of them as if they were his own mother Kaushalya. The people of Ayodhya saw Rama as their father because he was their king, and they also loved him as if he were their own son. So there is this beautiful juxtaposition of Vatsalya Bhava and Dasya Bhava in the people of Ayodhya. Verses 27 and 28. Sada apratima vrittaya lokadharana kamyaya shrimatya guna nityaya svabhava paricheshtaya yasyah putra sahasrani sapi shochay kamadhuk kim punarvavina ramam kaushalya vartayishyati. Now for all that, Surabhi has countless millions as children. She is perfect in theory and practice of dharma. the head and fountain of all prosperity, wealth, graces of head and heart. She is ever engaged in the propagation of the species by the union of the male and female. Millions call her their mother, yet she shed bitter tears at the sight of misery that befell two nameless oxen. Look here, Rama was born of the womb of Kaushalya. He is her only son. How much more indeed Kaushalya will drag her existence without Rama? Verse 29. Ekaputra cha sadhvi cha vivatseyam tvaya krita tasmat tvam satatam dukkham pretyacha iha cha lapsyase. Kaushalya is a holy woman and she has only one son. She looks to her son for everything. And do you hope to go scot-free having torn her darling child from her arms? Ceaseless woe and eternal infamy are your portion here on earth, and utter annihilation awaits you on the threshold of death. Verse 30. Aham hi apachitim bhratur pritushcha sakalam imam vardhanam yashasa chapi karishyami na samshayaha. I, for my part, will conduct the funeral rites of my sire. I will entreat Rama to return to Ayodhya and sit on the throne of his fathers. I will wipe this foul blot on my name and win everlasting fame. Of this there is no doubt. At first, Bharatha says that he is going to bring Rama back to Ayodhya. If Rama returns, automatically Sita and Lakshmana will also follow. So he doesn't have to specify that over again. So he says that he is going to conduct the funeral rites of King Dasaratha and then entreat Rama to return to Ayodhya. Why does he say that? Even Bharata knows that Dasaratha loves Rama the most of all his four sons. So shouldn't Rama conduct the funeral rites for King Dasaratha? Yes, but Bharata also knows that Rama is extremely stubborn in his path for dharma. He knows that when he goes to see Rama in the forest, Rama is certainly going to ask him what became of his father and his mothers. And he has to say that King Dasaratha died thinking of Lord Rama. So immediately Rama's next question is going to be what happened to his funeral rites. So Dasaratha is a great devotee of Lord Rama, so much so that at the end of Yuddhakand, when Brahma comes over and tells Rama that, hey Rama, you are Lord Narayana, Rama says, Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramam Dashrathatmajam. I simply consider myself to be a human being by the name of Rama, who is the son of King Dasaratha, who is the beloved son of King Dasaratha. So that is how Rama identifies himself. And we have seen in the previous chapters of Ayodhya Kand that Dasaratha has this ability to pull Rama towards him, clasp him, smell his head, force him to sit on a throne, summon him to appear in his court. Dasaratha has that freedom to do all these things with the Lord, and the Lord hastens to obey his devotee as well. And therefore, Rama is certain to ask what became of King Dasaratha, who conducted his funeral rites. And if Bharata were to say that we did not do anything, we are waiting for you to do something, then Rama is going to be very displeased. This is the reason why Bharata waits for 13 days to complete his father's funeral rites, and then he goes on to Chitrakuta. Because he knows that Rama loves his devotees very much. And therefore, devotees have to love each other as well, respect and honor each other as well. So this is not Bharata fulfilling his obligation. Because let's not forget that once we take the shelter of the Lord, there is no obligation. You have no other obligations. There are no other familial ties or anything. The only obligation that we have is to serve the Lord. And that's it. We don't have any other obligation. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 5, verse 41, 11:5-41, it is said, Deva Rishi Bhutapta Niranam Pitranam Nakiṅkaro Nayam Rinicha Rajan Sarvatmana Yah Sharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Parihritya Kartam. O King, one who has given up all material duties and has taken full shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, who offers shelter to all, is not indebted to the demigods, great sages, ordinary living beings, relatives, friends, mankind, or even one's forefathers who have passed away. Since all such classes of living entities are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, one who has surrendered to the Lord's service has no need to serve such persons separately. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 31, verse 14, that is 4:31-14 states, Yata taror mula nishichena tripyanti tat skanda bhujopashakaha. If one waters the root of a tree, automatically all the branches, twigs, leaves, etc. are nourished. Similarly, if one were to offer their worship to Lord Rama, everything else is automatically taken care of. So Bharata, as a very great devotee of Lord Rama, does not really have to do anything else. He has no obligations. He's completely surrendered to Lord Rama. However, a devotee always has this duty to please the Lord. And Bharata has to continuously please Lord Rama. And Rama is pleased when his devotees are taken care of, when they are respected. Therefore, Bharata decides to conduct the last rites of his father and then proceed to the forest. Now, there is another reason as well. In Ramayana, the Lord behaves as an extraordinary, ideal human being so that the rest of the world knows how to live, how to follow dharma. And therefore, it makes sense that Bharata also follows dharma of a son and conducts the funeral rites of his father. And there is another third reason, and this is more of the logical standpoint. We read in the previous chapters of Ayodhya that Vashishta placed the body of King Dasaratha in a vat of oil to prevent the decay of the body. And we also know that Rama has gone off to the forest and he is just going to be there for 14 years. So based on what is more urgent, it is to make sure that the decaying corpse is taken care of as quickly as possible. That is definitely the more urgent task. And it has already been over a week since Dasaratha died. Therefore, he has to take care of that duty immediately. Whereas Rama is in the forest, he's not going anywhere for about 14 years. So there is some time. It's not as urgent as Saucham. There are 4 pillars to dharma, and they are Satyam, Saucham, Kshama, and Daya. Saucham means cleanliness, and having a corpse in the house is not really a very clean behavior, and therefore Bharata is following the dharma over here as well. However, of all these reasons, the most important reason why Bharata behaves so is the fact that he has a responsibility to fulfill towards Rama's devotees as well. Because a devotee of Lord Rama will always see everyone else in relation to Lord Rama as well. And Bharata is one such exemplary devotee wherein he sees everyone in relation to Lord Rama. In fact, when Bharata chides Kaikeyi, he even says that if only Rama did not consider her as his own mother and respect her as if she were his own mother, Bharata would not have been so lenient with her. Therefore, Bharata sees everyone in relationship to Lord Rama. And as a devotee of Lord Rama, he had an obligation to other devotees of Lord Rama as well. This is why Bharata waits for 13 days or so, finishes the last rites of King Dasaratha, and then he is asked to rule the kingdom, and Bharata refuses and he goes on to the forest. This should be very clear before we proceed any further. Bharata's motives are always pure and untarnished, and he is a prime example of unalloyed devotion towards Lord Rama.